How's it going, everyone? I want to go over a brand new PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game sale that is running over at GameFly. You guys should know the deal with GameFly right now. One of the better spots to pick up, pre-played games. I guess they don't say pre-owned games since the games are known. They're rented out, and once they, I guess, have fulfilled their usefulness, they end up selling those games as well. It's actually a pretty great spot to buy games, and you end up getting the games in really good condition, and they've got a lot of recent releases at really good prices, so want to highlight some of that stuff. Right off the top, we see Like a Dragon Ishin down to $35. Feel like that's a pretty good price for a game that came out just a month and a half or so ago, and, it's another RGG game. While it is a remake of a PlayStation 3 game, that PlayStation 3 game never came stateside, so it was nice to see the release of that, and one of the more popular franchises these days. In terms of franchises that's gaining a lot of momentum, I feel like RGG as a whole has been gaining a lot of momentum, so worthwhile to check that out. Wild Hearts at $45. I don't know, I'd probably say wait for that to get cheaper since it is seemingly falling in price pretty quickly. Bear in mind, that was a $70 game, so the fact it's $45, pretty notable there. Wolong Fallen Dynasty, that's down to $40 right now. I feel like that's a pretty decent price for Wolong. I mean, if you're into that style of game, that's a game that also came out just about a month ago, and yeah, nice discount on that. Modern Warfare 2, $45 on that. Need for Speed Unbound, $30 on that. Wanted Dead, yeah, that game also just came out, but that game, that is not something you should pick up at $35. That's like a sub $10 pickup. Evil West is down to $28. You have Scars Above down to $25, which is fairly decent. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, kind of high at $35. I would say wait for that to get cheaper. A One Piece Odyssey, however, at $28. That is a mighty good deal, especially because we do know some DLC will be rolling out for that game, so not a bad time at all to check out One Piece Odyssey. Like I've said in the past, that's a game that really surprised me with how much I enjoyed it, because I've been pretty vocal about the fact that One Piece is one of those anime that I get it. It's one of the most popular anime and manga on the planet. It's just not something I can invest my time into in terms of 900 episodes or whatever many episodes they're up to. It's just a ridiculous amount of episodes, and I can concede to the fact it's one of the most popular anime on the planet, and more power to you. So when I heard about this game getting a JRPG kind of adaptation, or a game as a JRPG, I was definitely interested. I just didn't know how much I was gonna be into it, not being a gigantic One Piece fan. But man, as fundamentally speaking, as a turn-based JRPG, it's a really, really well-designed game, and characters are super charming. I seem to be a big fan of Chopper. I mean, he's just a dude that gets jacked to all hell, so, he's my guy right now. Luffy's obviously great, and $28 for One Piece Odyssey, think it's a good buy, and it is a super lengthy game. Quite a bit of content to that game as well, albeit does have some pacing issues, so yeah, check it out. I think for that price, it's great. New Tales from the Borderlands, $15 on that. Now, that is the deluxe edition, which more importantly, with that edition, it includes Tales from the Borderlands, which Tales from the Borderlands is awesome. In my opinion, it's one of the better Telltale titles. I think it's literally number 3 or number 4 behind Walking Dead Seasons 1 and 2 and Wolf Among Us. It is at that high of a level in my opinion, and $15 for it, I think that is a really, really good pickup. Another one I see, gotta recommend it, Gotham Knights, $20. It's at that price point, Gotham Knights was a game that I definitely had my criticisms with when it came out. 30 FPS, I can be a broken record about that all day long, but when you're talking about getting the game for $20 at that price point, it is great. You have 4 different playable characters that play uniquely enough that it's worthwhile to go back and play through the games multiple times. I did the entirety of my playthrough as Nightwing, but I did go back and started another playthrough as Batgirl, and, enough gameplay differences where you can enjoy the game. Do I wish the performance is better? Sure, but if you can get past that, and given the price point you're getting it at for, $20 is, I think, a really great buy, and yeah, it's at that price point where I would recommend it. God of War Ragnarok, $45 on that. It's a game that's going to hold up in price for quite a while. I foresee, as far as buying the game new, the first major discount on God of War Ragnarok is going to become Days of Play. I think that'll be their big promoted title that they'll try to, get some people to buy it, maybe buy a PS5 and pick up God of War Ragnarok alongside it. But I doubt that that's going to be a significant discount. When we're talking about that, I literally am saying maybe a $20 discount at most. And I think more realistically, it would probably be a $10 discount. So getting a pre-played copy, $45, that seems like a pretty decent pickup to me, all things considered. Forspoken, down to $33. I expect this game to rocket down in price. While traditionally speaking, Square Enix games do hold up in price, this is one that, seemingly commercially speaking, didn't do all too well. Critically, obviously, didn't do all too well. So, you know, $33 is an okay price, and I think there is some fun that you can have with Forspoken, but there are a lot of shortcomings, especially from a narrative standpoint. The two main characters really didn't like their interactions either, Frey and Cuff, but nonetheless, you know, $33, it's getting to that price point where it's an easier recommendation, but I would say, like, wait for Forspoken to be at the Gotham Knights price point territory, so like $20, and then I think it would be something worthwhile to check out. Callisto Protocol at $30. I think that's a pretty good deal for Callisto Protocol, man. The issue with that game was $70 was pretty hefty, and it does have some shortcomings in terms of the combat. I really thought the combat was the weakest aspect of the game, but some people didn't even hate the combat as much as I did, and I didn't hate it, but I definitely did not get that into it. The atmosphere, the ambiance, the setting, those elements of this game are at an incredibly high level, and if you are remotely into survival horror games, you will really be invested into those elements, but you know, $70 was just going to be way too hefty. There is some DLC that's going to be rolling out for the game, so that's something to consider as well, but just to get the game for $30, I think that's a pretty good price. Marvel's Midnight Suns Enhanced Edition, $28 on that. Pretty decent deal there. Dead Space Remake, $45. Not a bad price on that. We have seen that as low as $50 new, but $55 is where it's hovering at more so these days. So those are the major deals that I am seeing. You know, there's definitely some good stuff to check out. Sonic Frontiers, by the way, also down to $25. That is the PS4 copy of the game, but that'll get you a direct upgrade to the PS5 copy, so that's fine. And Sonic Frontiers, maybe at full price, I would have been like, hey, wait on a little bit of a discount, but even at full price, I really enjoyed Sonic Frontiers, and I know some people think I'm like an absolute homer for the game, and I maybe have a tendency to overrate it a little bit, but we Sonic fans, we're down atrociously. We'll take a good game when we can get it, and Sonic Frontiers was a pretty darn good game. I think for $25, a perfect price. There's DLC, there's updates rolling out for it as well, and a fantastic soundtrack to that game as well. I think Sonic Frontiers is one of the more underrated soundtracks in gaming from 2022. Like, I really did dig the music in that game, and Sonic in general has a pretty good track record with its soundtrack, so good pickup there as well. A lot of great deals. Again, Gamefly is one of those sleeper spots where you can get good deals a lot of the times, and one spot that they sometimes run these blowout sales, so to speak, and yeah, you can get a lot of good stuff. Like that One Piece Odyssey deal, that is really, really good for a game that's just, what, not even 3 months old at this stage of the game. But that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, links in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.